start seated today unless you want to be lying down. Our first movements today will actually be standing. So you can lie down, you can sit, whatever works best for you. Welcome to your practice. We're going through Dr. Fishman's 12 poses in through our flow today for an osteo practice. So finding a nice tall seat, setting yourself up in a comfortable position. And take a moment to feel your body in this space, in the position that you've chosen. And let a softness come into the face and the jaws. And be open to receiving information from all of the senses, the sense doors. You might notice sensations on the skin, maybe the touch of the clothes, the temperature. There might be a lingering taste in the mouth. Maybe there's sounds around the space where you can hear the sound of your breath. Maybe there's light or color behind your closed eyes. Possibly a gentle scent in the air as you focus on the breath coming in and out of the body. Being mindful here, witnessing whatever is present. Thoughts of the mind, energy and feelings in the body. The breath rising and falling. Noting things as they come and go. Maybe sensations, thoughts. And feeling into the rhythm of the breath without momentum, but keeping things slow and mindful. We'll let the arms rise towards the sky as the body inhales. Nice and slow, so each moment of the rising incremental as the breath comes in the body, and then slowly lower. Letting this breath and movement be connected, but in a really slow, mindful way. Maybe noticing the open space in the chest as the arms lift. Next time the arms come down, I'm going to shift forward so that the left foot is forward, and we'll tuck the right toes under so that we're using that left foot forward to maybe press the hands into the thighs to just step all the way up to standing posture. As you come to standing, let's take a moment to be aligned in our Tadasana, our mountain pose. Feeling ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, ears. Allow the eyes to open and find a point to fix your gaze, and we'll lift that left foot again and start to circle out the foot and circle out the wrists, hands. Connect to your core and then circle around the other way. So noticing the core as you lift that leg up. And place that foot down, head over to the other side. Other foot rises, circling around the foot. Wrist can continue and circle around the other way. Feet can come a little bit closer now. Knees bend, and we'll start to circle those knees around one direction. And then the other way. Step the feet wide apart. And we'll circle the hips around. And then the other way. Feet back together, hands to the shoulders. Start to circle the elbows. We'll just do the one direction. I find that drawing the shoulders up and back one way, it's nice keeping that chest open. And then we'll open the elbows out to the side. Inhale to stretch the arms out. Exhale, hands can come back to the shoulder. Feeling the breath again. Next time the hands come to the shoulders, bring the elbows forward, reaching forward. Inhale, exhale. Next time the arms are reaching out, turn the palms so that they face forward. And we'll inhale to reach the arms up, open the chest, open the heart to the sky, draw the arms back up, and then palms forward, coming all the way down. Reach up, fingertips down, wrists up. Inhale, exhale to open. Inhale, reach up, and then exhale those palms forward again. One more time. Open the chest. Inhale up, and then exhale down. And let's shake out those arms. Bring the hands to Hakini Mudra so the fingertips are all touching. Doming out the hands. This is good for bringing both sides of the brain together, good for mental health. We'll take the left knee and rise it up, and then allow the arms and the knee to open out to the side. Find a point to fix your gaze, and then squeeze back to center. Two more like that. Knee can go, the foot can go down as many times as you need. And then one more time. Good. We'll place that foot down. Head over to the other side. So that foot is now your place of balance. So bring the hands forward. Open out the right knee out to the side and squeeze the center. Hold. Squeeze. One more time. Good. Release. Let's give the legs and the arms a little bit of a shake. And we'll start with first of the Dr. Fishman's poses is our tree pose. So to start with the left side, you might start with a bit of a kickstand, maybe lifting the toe and lowering. Think about squeezing towards the center line. You might take that foot towards any part of the lower leg or maybe rise it up a little higher. Hands can come to the heart, or you might rise and lift those arms up. I'm going to stay here a little bit. Breathe and hold, finding a point to fix your gaze, squeezing through the center line. You can put the foot down as many times as you need. Good. One more breath. Allow those hands to come back to the heart, drawing the knee forward, and then give the legs a bit of a shake again. So once you start to feel the standing leg working a bit harder, that's loading the muscle. So that loading of the muscle is helping us with our bone density. Let's take the right leg out to the side. Maybe starting with that kickstand, you might lift and lower the toes, staying there. Maybe the foot moves, getting yourself nice and stable. Woo! Squeezing to center. Good. Allow the hands to go to the heart. Breathe here. Maybe the hands rise. Good. Keep breathing. Foot comes down as much as you need. And that standing leg getting stronger. Another breath. Hands come to the heart. Draw that knee back in and then give those legs a shake. And we're going to step the right foot back just a little bit, lower the back knee down so that we're coming onto our knees. The hands are going to come forward, so we're coming to tabletop. We're just going to vary different ways that we get up and down today. Inhale to find length into the spine, and then exhale, scoop and round. Coming into that cat-cow. Getting mobility into all the joints. Articulating the joints, really healthy for our bones, for the cartilage. Connect with your breath. Come back to a long spine, connect into the core. I'm going to stretch that left leg straight back behind, elevated, and allow the opposite arm, the right arm, to reach. So connect into your core, the sense of squeezing to the midline, pressing out the back of the foot, reaching forward, connect to your core, long hold, breathe. One more breath. Release the hand, release the knee. Let's circle the hips around. And then shift the other direction, circling around. As you come back to center, connect into the core. We're going to stretch that right leg straight back behind. Elevating the left arm, you're anchoring into the top of the left foot, allowing that to support your balance. Breathe, gather to the midline. Longer hold, couple more breaths. Eventually release the knee, the hands can come down. Send the feet back and shift to your plank pose. So you might have knees down. You can stay in plank pose as long or as little as you like. Maybe one more breath. When you come down, come all the way to your belly. Let the hands for a moment just stack under the forehead. You're going to take that left leg and lift it straight up behind, nice and strong. And then release down. We'll do that a few more times. So lift that left leg, feel the glute, and release. Lift and release. Two more. And we'll go over to the right side, right leg lifting and release. Lift, lift, engage the glute, engage the leg. Two more. Good. Now we'll bring the arms alongside the body, palms face up, anchor through the pelvis, and we'll lift both legs, both arms, the chest, heart reaching forward, breathing here. Another one of Dr. Fishman's poses for health in our spine. Keep breathing. Give yourself a couple breaths more. Eventually release. You might stack the hands under the forehead, maybe bend the knees and windshield wiper the legs if you like. Soft face and jaws. And you can stay there, or maybe you press up and back towards tabletop again or child's pose. Maybe you come into downward dog. So your call, taking some time, moving in a way that feels good for you, checking in with your inner teacher. Like pedal the feet if you're in downward dog. Another breath wherever you are. And then we'll come down to our knees. And once again, we're going to come up a different way. We're going to let the hands come to the hips and step that right foot forward. Hands come to the thighs. Tuck the back toe, push into that right thigh to rise and lift all the way up. As we come up, let's come to the top of the mat. Reach the arms up towards the sky. And then lateral bend over to one side. Take a pause to hold and breathe there. Inhale to come up through center, bending over to the other side. Pause and hold and breathe. Anchor into the feet to rise back up. Release the arms. Let's step the left foot back to the back of the mat. So setting up for a nice wide stance. We're going into our triangle pose. Back foot almost parallel to the back of the mat. Toes turned just a little bit forward. Both legs straight. You can take that right hand towards the area where it hits leg and hip and shift back, letting the right side of the torso come over the right leg, keeping the side of the waist nice and straight. Then that right arm can come down. Left arm could go behind your back, ungrip the toes, feel the strength. Maybe top arm reaches to the sky. So longer hold here. Feel your breath. Breath is your barometer of practice. So if you can keep it steady, slow, easeful, maybe incorporating that ujjayi with the soft restriction at the throat. One more breath. As you rise, we'll take the right knee into a bend, reach the arms into our warrior two. So tuck under the tailbone, drawing the belly in, shoulders over hips. Gaze over that front middle finger, reaffirm the bend in that front knee. So feel the strength in the legs, opening that right knee towards the pinky toe side of the mat. Micro adjustments for stability and ease. Space in the chest, space in the upper back. Little gathering of the legs to center. Feel your strength. Now extended side angle. We'll take that right arm down to the thigh. You can also take the hand to a block if you'd rather. Take the upper arm alongside the ear or behind your back, opening the chest to the side of the room. Maybe the eyes go towards that bicep or down towards the floor. Nice big bend into that front right knee. Left side of the body nice and long and straight. Breathing here. Strength, resilience. One more breath. Pressing down into the ground, we'll rise back up. Straighten that front leg. We'll take a big step of that back foot forward. Feet hip width distance apart. Send the bum back. Let the hands either come to the heart or maybe reach forward for your chair pose, your fierce pose. Connect to the core. We'll press into the feet, rise up onto the toes, squeeze the ankles, squeeze the legs nice and strong. Feel that strength all the way from the toes up the whole body. Release the heels, release the arms. Let's roll those shoulders forward, up, back and down. Forward, up, back and down. And one more. And then we'll take the right foot, stepping to the back of the mat. Both legs nice and straight. Left hand coming to that place where the leg and the hip meet, pressing back so that the left side of the body reaches over the left leg. Allow the hand to come down. Opposite arm might go behind your back or reach up towards the sky. Keeping the chin in so we don't pop the chin up. Keeping the chin towards the chest a little bit. Even if you're looking up to the hand with a soft shoulder of that upper arm. Feeling to the feet, your stability. Note which way it feels best for your neck. Breathe. Where can you release tension? Where can you release strain? One more breath. Anchor into the ground to rise up. Bend into that left knee, shoulders over the hips, opening that left knee towards the pinky toe side of the mat. Soft shoulders lengthen through the chest, upper back. Ungrip those toes. Feel that leg strength. Connect with your breath. Meditative awareness. Shifting into that extended side angle, forearm might come down towards the thigh or to a block in the inside of the leg. Upper arm behind the back or alongside the ear. We're working towards a straight line from the right foot through the hip, the side of the waist, that right shoulder, soft into the shoulder. Maybe the arm goes behind the back, opening the chest. Turning the head how it feels best for the neck. Where can you find some ease? Another breath. Press the feet into the ground to reach and rise up. Release the arms. You're going to step that back foot forward. As you stand at the top of the mat, you can take that right arm up, hold the wrist with the left hand, Lean over towards the left side and then let the right leg reach out to the side. Find a point to fix your gaze for this balance. Come back to center. Take the right hand to the left wrist, lifting up over to the right side. Let that left foot reach out to the side. Good. Come all the way back to center. Feet is slightly out to the side. Now lower it down towards our squat. Doesn't matter what the height is. And then rise back up. We're going to do this a bunch of times. Going down into the squat. And there's a point where the body really wants to quickly push through. See if you can slow that down. Going down the rise when the body wants to push through. And being really present with what's here. What are the sensations? What is your awareness? Maybe there's sound creaking in the knees or ankles. Maybe there's heat, temperature. Good. Let's do one more. Coming all the way up and down. And when you rise up this time, we're going to take that right foot back, stepping the right foot back, bend into the knee. Knee comes down towards the ground. Hands might be on the thighs. Let the other knee come back. Let the hands come down. We're going to send the feet back into our plank pose. Holding in plank as long as you like. You can always come and do push-ups. Coming to our belly whenever you feel ready. Eventually, when you come down, the hands are going to be under the shoulders, tops of the feet, anchor, elbows in. Pelvis anchors down. We'll lift the heart, reach the heart forward. Legs down. Anchoring into the pelvis to lift and rise. And then release. And this time, as you lift up through the chest, anchoring through the feet, let's allow the arms to rise, wiggling those fingers. Another breath. Stacking the hands that opposite way under the forehead. Maybe bending the knees, windshield wiping the legs, soften through face and jaws. And then take your time. You might stay here in stillness or with a bit of movement. You might shift up and back to tabletop, maybe some more cat cow, or looking over one shoulder towards the toes and then the other. Maybe keeping the knees close and doing a little hip dip down from side to side. You might go to child's pose or downward dog. Give yourself another breath or two, at least one point during practice coming into downward dog. This is definitely where we're using quite a bit of strength to hold ourselves up here. Eventually shift to either a forward fold or up to standing. You might do a half lift to lengthen and rise. Exhale to fold. And then press the feet into the ground to lift and reach to the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. And pushing down to lift and reach. And then one more. Come back into that chair pose, sending the bum back, heart forward, ankles and knees same distance apart. Feel the strength into the legs. Breathe and hold here, arms extended or hands at the heart. We're going to come up again onto our tiptoes, maybe reaching the arms, feeling the strength into the ankles. And we're going to drop the heels, getting into kind of a heel strike. So we're just going to drop down onto the heels. Come back up to the toes and then drop down onto the heels. You can drop your arms if you like as well. Dropping the heels. And drop. So we're putting pressure directly on the heels and those Achilles so that it is giving the bones an opportunity to know they need to get stronger. Let's do two more. Calcaneus bones. Good. From there, let's give the legs a little bit of a shake with the arms, and we're finding our blocks. I'm going to bring the blocks to the top of the mat. And just know that at any point through the next three poses that you can have your hands on your front thigh instead of on the blocks. I'm going to take that left foot back. Right foot might wiggle over a bit, so we're preparing for a warrior one. Bend into the front knee. Think about having a stretch into the back of the calf muscle. That left heel is back. You might wiggle the foot apart a little bit as well. Open the chest, reaching the arms. Front ribs are in, soft shoulders. Bend into that front knee. So Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. Might sense a stretch into the front of that left hip. And then see how it is to just kind of pull without moving the legs anywhere. Pull that left foot towards the front of the mat. What do you feel in the front of that left hip? And then relax. Do that two more times. Pull the left foot forward. And then relax. Probably gripping into the right foot too. Pull that left foot forward. And then relax. If at any point arms reaching become too much, you can bring the arms into a goddess pose. Longer hold, another 2 breaths. From here, we're straightening the front leg, letting the arms interlace behind the back. You're going to press the arms back, open the chest, open the heart. And then we'll bow over that front right leg. Maybe the arms reaching up behind, chin towards the chest. Eventually release the hands, and you might let the hands stay on the front thigh or bring the blocks under the shoulder, pyramid pose, bowing down. Longer hold, connect to the feet, the strength holding you up. Feel into the breath. And we'll straighten the arms. And we're revolving the triangle. So we're going to head to turn towards the right side. Let's take the block inside the left foot, or you can have the left hand on the front thigh. And then you're turning. You can bring the block a little forward if that feels better for you, turning towards the right side, reaching the right arm towards the sky. And as you do this, see about sort of pressing the right hip back to the end of the mat. It's a modified revolved triangle. Back to your breath. Feel your stability and strength. Eventually unwind. Hands can come to the blocks, maybe shifting the blocks off to the side. Anchor into the front foot and then walk the hands up that front thigh. Right, let's step the back foot forward. Drawing the back foot forward, rolling the shoulders forward, up, back and down, forward, up, back and down. One more. Good. Take the right foot and step it back. You've got the blocks close by. Wiggle the left foot over, bend into that left knee, press through the back heel. Allow the arms to rise up. Maybe your arms are a little bit wide, like you're holding a big beach ball instead of rigid and straight. Where else can you find some softness? As you bend into that front knee, do you feel a sense of stretch into the front of the right hip, the psoas? And then can you pull the right foot towards the front of the mat? Pull strong. How does that feel in the right hip? And then relax. Pull the foot towards the front of the mat. And then relax. One more. Pull the foot to the front of the mat. And then relax. Pause here. A few more breaths. How can you feel softness and ease? Face, jaws, shoulders. Interlace those hands that awkward way behind the back as you straighten the front leg. We'll press the hands back, open the chest, and then hinge over that front leg. Adjust and anchor into the front big toe. Hands might soar up behind you. Eventually release the hands to the upper thigh or to the blocks, bowing down. Press into the feet, half lift and lengthen. Let's see about adjusting the position of that right block so it comes a little closer to the front foot, maybe a little forward. Squeeze the inner thigh lines, left hand to the low back, maybe, or reaching towards the sky. Pressing that left hip back towards the back of the mat, anchoring into the feet. Steady, calm breath. Another breath. Eventually unwind, walking the blocks off to the side, anchor into that front foot, walk the hands up the front thigh, and step that foot forward. Okay, now we're going to come up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, off the floor. Um, Many different ways as it works for you for the next little bit. We already did one where we were stepping a foot back and coming all the way down to kneeling, so that's an option. You can also do that cross-legged one where you push into the sides of the feet and come up. So any way it works in your body to come up and down off the ground. A bunch of times you might come into a forward fold and use the hands to come down. It's just practicing a variety of different ways to get up and down off the floor, maybe into that squat. Just see that you are varying legs from side to side. Maybe you are giving yourself some time some more in those squats. Let's do one more, whichever one you want to do. And then we'll just give our body another little shake out everywhere. Maybe coming into that palm tree. Give yourself a little tap into the kidneys. One more time, we're going into our squats. Coming down into the squat. This one you might hold, you might have some support under the hips. Yourself a few breaths here. Eventually lower down onto your seat. And you can either take one leg straight and long with the other foot either over top or sort of tucked in. And the leg that's straight and long alternatively can be kind of wrapped around. So that's another option. For me, on this side, I'm going to have my legs straight. That's what feels better for me. Pull the leg that's closest to you, the bent knee, in towards you so that you can get this nice tall, long spine. Keep the opposite hand on that shin, other hand goes behind. Lengthen up, and as you exhale, turn towards that knee, maybe giving it a little hug, maybe even taking the elbow on the outside, looking over the back shoulder. Breathe into the belly and the upper ribs. Eventually unwind the head, come all the way out, and then see how it is on the other side. So maybe on this side it feels different. You might be able to wrap that leg underneath you or not, doesn't really matter. Use the hand on the front shin to rise and lengthen up, nice and tall. Take that same hand behind you, lengthens the hand that's the same as the knee, and then rotate back behind you. You might hug the knee in if you like as you do that rotation. Good. Unwind all the way out. And I might not have said at the beginning that we need to have our strap. So have your block and strap close by. We're going to come onto our backs to start. Block and strap close by. To start, you might have a support under your head as we take the left foot to this right thigh, take your block over towards the right side, anchor your hands down to the side, and then slowly lower the block, or sorry, lower the foot towards that block. Use your belly to pull it back up. So it's a figure four, but with this rocking on the right foot so that you inhale to lower down to the ground and then exhale, rise back up. And as you're doing this, use your core. This is a hip release, but at the same time, it's really good for balance and fall prevention as we're utilizing the core to pull the weight of the legs back up. So weight bearing, using that body weight. Let's do one more. And we'll simply change legs. So the right foot side of the foot goes to the left thigh, block goes over to the left side, just as a guide. You don't have to use the block. Hands out to the side. As the legs head over to the left, the right knee points towards the sky and then back up. So you're keeping the left foot on the ground and you're just moving on that foot. Down with the inhale, rising up with the exhale, utilizing the core to pull the weight of the legs back up. Do a couple more. And we'll unwind the feet, anchor the feet, hip width distance apart, remove whatever props behind your head. Let the knees and the ankles be the same distance apart. So we're preparing for a bridge pose with a long hold. So we'll press into the feet, lift the hips up. Now, if you like, you can stay right there. You can also use a block to support. Maybe you tuck your shoulders under and bring your hands together, pressing down into the earth underneath the bottom. Press the knees towards the end of your mat. Lift the hips, and then maybe you can soften a bit into the glutes and see how that is. Breathe and hold here. Longer hold, connect to your breath. Eventually unwind the hands, unwind the shoulders if they came in, release the hips down. Maybe you like to bring your support back from under the head. And then we'll find the block or the strap and bring the strap onto the bottom of that right foot. Extend the right leg up to the sky. You can keep the left knee bent or have it straight and just gather that leg towards your chest a little bit so that you start to feel a sense of stretch. We'll hold for a while, so breathe and hold. Notice any sense of release, ease as you hold the posture a little longer. We'll take both ends of the strap into that right hand. Keeping the left leg straight and long, maybe left hand goes to the hip. We'll reach the right foot out to the side, maybe pressing the foot into the strap and drawing the strap up towards the right shoulder. Use your core to draw that leg back to center. Take the other leg up into the straps. You've got both legs there just for a second, and then release the right foot. Extend the leg long or draw it to a bent knee, foot on the floor, gathering the left leg in towards you. Notice the softness that might come naturally as the body eases into the posture. Eventually take both ends of the strap into that left hand, opening up the foot towards that left side. Maybe the right hand goes onto the hip. Use your belly to draw that leg back up and release the strap. Extend both legs long, let the toes kind of flop open, palms just out to the side a little bit. Might have another way that you'd like to support yourself into your Shavasana or gather some layers, whatever allows you to feel cozy for the next few minutes. And when you're settled, give yourself a deep inhale through the nose and a big sigh, letting it go. Deep inhale. One more. Big sigh. Surrendering, letting go. Sense of ease, softness, Shavasana. Oh, yeah. Oh, allow your awareness to come back to the body. Take some time to witness, to acknowledge the effects of your practice. You might wiggle fingers and toes, enlivening the body. You might give yourself a big stretch and a yawn. And eventually rolling to your side. Give yourself a breath or two of transition. When you're ready, come up to a comfortable seat, maybe hands resting on the lap or possibly at the place of the heart in Anjali Mudra. An invitation, if you like, is to bow your head towards your heart in a sign of gratitude. Gratitude to yourself for practicing today, for listening to your inner teacher, and gratitude to those who have brought the roots of this practice to us. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be happy. May all beings be free. Slowly lifting your gaze. Thank you so much for being here and sharing your practice with me. Bring our hands to our forehead for clarity of thought, to our mouths for purity of speech, to our heart for openness of heart. And we bow, closing our practice. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace,